Hello students, welcome to KENE'S Educare, a group of KENE solutions. This is part 4 of lesson number 15, Improvement in Food Resources. So in this part, we will be proceeding further with the next part that we have with respect to improvement in food resources. If you remember, we started with the topic itself, that is improvement in food resources, and we were studying about the three different aspects on how can we improve the production of the crop, right? So before I proceed further with this part of the lesson, I want each one of you to please be clear with the basics that you have written in part 3, because that is again very important for us to know, right? So please go through it, everyone. I hope every one of you have started revising whatever notes you have taken in your book, because that is very important. Okay, so please revise it, everyone. See, you have to revise each and everything that you have written. Okay, starting from part 1. Now once you're done revising it, we will be doing the revision by going through the slides as well, because I don't want you all to get stuck anywhere. Okay, so we'll do each and everything that has been important to make you all know the concepts. Now I'm going to show you all the slides that we started with. So when we started the lesson, the first thing that we discussed was about the organism, because we are discussing about the food resources, and we know that all organisms, they need food for their survival and existence, right? So green plants are autotrophs because they make their own food, right? And we are dependent on them for some or the other reason. And our country ranks second in population around the world and is increasing day by day. So as the population is increasing, okay, millions of tons of grains are been required, like every day, you can say. So to meet that population demand, we need to make sure that you can say we are having a look, or we are having an eye on what exactly is happening around, right? So I want you all to please go through it quickly. After this introduction, we discussed on the improvement of the crop yield, and under this we discussed on the types of crops that we have, along with the examples of each and every type of crop, right? So we started with cereals, pulses, oil seeds, spices, fodder crop. These are the different types of crops that we have, and we have the examples of each and every crop that we have, right? So I want you all to please go through this slide as well. I hope each one of you are going through it. After discussing about the types of crops in detail, the next thing that we had was the pictures of the types of crops. As you can see, the oil seeds, cereals, pulses, everything has been shown on the screen, right? Then after this, the next thing that we discussed was about the crop season. And now we know that we have two different seasons. One is the Kharif season and the other one is the Rabi season. And always know that Kharif crops are grown during rainy season, and we know that rainy season lasts from June to October. So the example of those crops include paddy crop, soybean, black gram, moong, maize, cotton, groundnut. These are the examples of kharif crop. Then we have rabi crop. Now rabi crop, they have been grown during winter season, and that is from November to April. Okay, so the examples of this include wheat, gram, mustard, linseed, barley. Okay, these are all examples of rabi crop. So I want you all to please go through it quickly. After this kharif and rabi crop, the next thing that we discussed was improvement in crop yield. So I want you all to please go through it quickly. I hope you all are going through this. You have gone through this slide, that is improvement in crop yield, and under this we had three different parts. That is, we had crop variety improvement, crop production improvement, and lastly we had, that is, crop protection improvement, right? So I hope you all have been through it. So we started about improvement in crop yield, and the first thing that we discussed was crop variety improvement, right? So I want you all to please go through this slide very properly, because in this slide we have about hybridization. We have three different types, that is interspecific, intergeneric, and intervarietal. Okay, so please go through it quickly, everyone. I hope you all are going through it. You have to know the concept very properly. Okay. After this, we discussed on crop variety improvement, why exactly they have been done, like what is the exact reason of improving the crop variety, right? So I want you all to please go through the reason. So over here we have had, like, one of the reason is having the higher yield, then to make the plant biotic and abiotic resistant, then to change the maturity duration, wider adaptability to the plant, desirable agronomic characters, and lastly, improved quality. Okay, so these are the reason why crop variety improvement is important. Okay. I hope you all are going through this slide, everyone. Then after that, we discussed on crop production management. So that includes, the first thing that we have is the nutrient management. Secondly, we have irrigation, and lastly we have the cropping pattern, right? So we have already discussed this part, what exactly comes under nutrient management. Then we discussed on irrigation as well, but on this slide, as you can see, we have nutrient management, which has been given in detail, right? So I want you all to please go through this slide. Then after that we have studied about the macronutrient and micronutrients. So I want you all to please go through this slide. I hope you all are going through this slide. After this, we will start with today's part. Once you know about the macro and the micronutrients, it will become easier for you to understand the further part. After this, now we even discussed on manures and fertilizers, right? So sorry, I just forgot. So I want you all to please read it quickly about this manure and fertilizers. After like discussing about manure, under this we have studied that there are two types of manures, right? One is compost and the other one is the green manure. So after studying about manure in detail, we discussed about fertilizers, and there was one short part about fertilizers that was given that these fertilizers are made up of chemical substances, right? And these chemical substances, they supply nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and that is how they increase the fertility of the soil and the crop yield, right? So I just want you all to please go through this slide and then we'll proceed further. After this, now we need to start with animal husbandry, right? So see, animal husbandry is the scientific management of animal livestock. What it is? It is the scientific management of animal livestock, and which includes various aspects such as feeding, okay? It includes feeding, breeding, and disease control. Okay, after that we discussed that animal based farming, it includes cattle, goat, sheep, poultry, and fish farming. What does it include? Poultry, sheep, goat, cattle, and fish farming. Then as the population increases, what will happen? The living standard will increase. So as the living standard will increase, the demand for milk, egg, meat, that will also increase, right? And the growing awareness of the need for the human treatment of livestock, that will also increase, right? So thus we can say that livestock production, it needs to be improved. What it needs to be done? It needs to be improved. Okay. I hope you all are writing all the important points from screen. You only have to write the important points from screen, nothing much. After this, like discussing about animal husbandry, we have cattle farming that we will discuss for today. Okay, so I hope you all have written about animal husbandry in short. Whatever important points that you feel like that this is an important point and you should take a note of it, please write that. Okay. Okay, now we can start with cattle farming. And over here, see, cattle farming has been done for two basic reasons. One is we know that we want milk, right? So the for the production of milk, cattle husbandry is done. Then secondly, drought labor for agriculture work, like if we have to come up with tilling process, irrigation process, carting process, for that also we need cattle husbandry or cattle farming which should be carried on. So Indian cattle, they belong to two different species. It includes Bos indicus, then it includes cow, bubalis, they are buffalo. So indicus is, Bos indicus are the cow and Bos bubalis are the buffaloes. Okay, you need to know this. Then producing females are called milch animals, which are also known as dairy animals. Then we have the ones which are used for labor farm. They are called as draught animals. So milk production, it somehow depends on the duration of the lactation period. It means till the time you can say the mother cow is lactating, is giving milk, meaning the period of milk production after the birth of the calf. So milk production will depend upon the period of lactation. Then after that, so milk production can be increased by increasing the lactation period, and for that we have this exotic or foreign breeds, for example Jersey, brown, Swiss, they are selected for long lactation periods. While if we want local breeds, we can use Red Sindhi, Sahiwal, they are all local breeds of cows that we have, and shows their excellent resistance to disease. So they don't have, though they don't suffer from much diseases. Okay. Then after that we have the two can be crossbreed to get animals with both the desired qualities, that is loose hair, and they should be sheltered under well ventilated roof shed so that we can protect those animals from rain, heat and cold. Then the floor of the cattle shed should be sloping so that they can stay dry and facilitate cleaning as well. Okay. So I want you all to please write all the important points from the screen. So I hope every one of you are writing all the important points. After this, we have the food requirements of the dairy animals. That can be of two types. Okay, the food requirement can be on the basis of the one of the thing is can be for maintenance requirement. The other one is like maintenance requirement for food is to support the animal so that they can have a healthy life. And milk producing requirement is the type of food during lactation period. Okay, it's the type of food during lactation period. So animal feed includes roughage, which is going to be largely fiber, and second one can be like concentrates, which are low fiber and relatively high level of proteins and other nutrients, because they need proteins and other nutrients for them, right? So cattle need balanced ratios containing all nutrient and proportionate, you can say, amount. And besides such nutritious food material, certain feed additive containing micronutrient has also been added to promote the health and milk output of the dairy animal, because the dairy animals are needed for the production of the milk, and that has been done through cattle farming. Okay, then we have cattle. They suffer from number of diseases. The disease, beside causing death, can even reduce the milk production. Okay, so a healthy animal feeds regularly and has a normal posture as compared to the other animals. And when it comes to when it comes to diseases, the cattle, they suffer from parasitic diseases mostly, and that can be external parasite or internal parasite. Now, external parasite is the one that is going to live on skin, and they're going to cause skin diseases. Internal parasites are going to be worms, and they are going to affect stomach and intestine, while flugs, they are going to damage the liver. So they are mostly inside the body. Okay, so infectious diseases, they're also been caused by bacteria and viruses, and for that they have vaccination which has been given so that they can fight against the viral and the bacterial diseases. So it's all about cattle. Okay, I hope you all are writing this. I hope you all are writing all the important points from screen. After this, in the next class, I'm going to start with poultry farming in detail, where we will be studying about the egg and broiler production. Okay. After that, after discussing about this, we will be studying about fish production. And under this fish production, we have marine fisheries to discuss. We'll discuss about marine fisheries in detail. After marine fisheries, we have inland fisheries. So we will be discussing on inland fisheries as well. Then after that, we'll discuss on beekeeping in detail. Okay, so beekeeping ke baad we have the last thing, that is what exactly we have studied in the whole lesson. So we will be studying all of this in detail, and then after the summary we have few questions to discuss in detail. So I'm going to show you the question. Please go through it, everyone. I hope you all are going through the question. Wait. I hope you all are going through the question that I have shown on screen. So this is how, after discussing the 9 questions, we will be ending up with the whole lesson, that is improvement in food resources. And I hope whatever we discussed today in this part of the lesson, every one of you are very much clear with it, right? So I will be starting with the rest of the part that we are left with in the next class. Thank you everyone.